Today I'm going to tell you about a story. This is a true story about $5 million. Right, $5 million made like that, and for somebody else, $5 million lost like that. So this took place in Lancaster, California. It's where I spent part of my life when I was younger, and it's where I got my first piece of real estate myself. So let me pull up the map here, and let's go over here to Lancaster, California. This is an agricultural area, right? And the story I'm going to tell you. So look, some of you guys go to cafes. This is a early riser area. I was in construction, so I would get up early every morning. We all go to a cafe. Cafes, biscuits and gravy, ham and eggs, all that sort of great stuff I love. I'm going to tell you about two farmers meet. One guy overhears it, and he makes $5 million, almost like that. All right. So, hey, if you just got here, Flip Anything USA is the channel, and I have a book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. It's been a bestseller on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. I've been buying and selling real estate since I was 19 years old. That's 41 years. Made tens of millions of dollars doing it. I got 4 kids. I put my kids through school. I write checks for cars, houses, tuitions. It's a good place to be. And it's just a matter of main thing was I was lucky enough to learn about real estate and the powers of how much money you can make with it. And this is all credible, real stuff. I have a mentorship called Flip Anything USA. Go to flipanythingusa.com, and you can see I got several millionaires in my class, or people that became millionaires in my class in just inside of a year or two, and others that had made more than $1 million. And several that made hundreds of thousands, this, that, and the other thing. That's relevant to you if you're looking for a mentor in real estate, or this book is very relevant to you if you want to learn about that. So look, let me get on my story here. This is Lancaster, California, and on the outside, you can see out here, desert. Let's see, yeah, that's Foxfield, I think. Yeah, Foxfield. I haven't been there in a long time, never want to go there. The crime rate here now is on par with Compton, California. It's horrible. But you can see these circle farms here, right? All these circle farms. There's alfalfa. There's potatoes. A lot of different agricultural stuff out there. There's these two farmers are sitting in a cafe having their early morning coffee, get together, start talking, and then who else is in there? Somebody like me. It wasn't me. I wish it was me, but it wasn't me. And he's a contractor. And in fact, he had a partner back then. I'm not going to say any names, but he overhears these two farmers talking about another farmer that died. Now, when you have sections of property are like 640 acres. And then there's pieces of sections, and usually they're broken up into 4 to 6 parcels. There's a farmer out here, out in this area, and I can't point to the exact dirt, but he had like 160 acres, although it probably wasn't there. It's probably more like, let me see here, because I want to be a little bit more accurate. Oh, yeah, so look at all these homes, right? Well, Lancaster was growing. This is about 30 years ago, 35 years ago. And you can see, here's the town, and then jump out. There was desert here, then they jump out, and another subdivision. So now look, here's a big subdivision. Could have been this subdivision. Could have been this very subdivision. I don't know, because I can't tell from here. But he overhears these farmers talking about a farmer that died. He's got 160 acres, and he says, "Oh yeah, what are they going to do?" They go, "Oh, they're going to they got an agent out there, and they're going to have people come out there on Sunday, and they're just going to see whoever wants to pay the most, and see if they can make a deal." So this guy overhears him and say, "Hey, where's that out?" And he gets some information, and he gets a hold of the agent that was going to be out there Sunday, and it's probably like 2 or 3 days before that. And so he goes out there, and guess what? He's the only one there. It's him, a real estate agent, a residential real estate agent, doesn't know shit about land, and the 2 kids of the guy that died. And they're from Oklahoma. Where land is $100 an acre at that time. And they're out here, and they're like, well, what do you give us for it? And he says, well, I don't know, 160 acres. How about $160,000? And they look at each other and say, well, sounds good to me, because what? I could use 80 grand. You could use 80 grand. I mean, that's what they base their value on, is this guy's offer, and they go, well, back home we get $100 an acre, 1,000 an acre, sounds great. Agent didn't know shit about land. She's like, well, let's sign it up. I want my 6% commission. And so, actually 10%. We did 10% commissions back then on land. They make their deal, and you can imagine how nervous this guy was, because he knows that this property is worth closer to $40,000 an acre, or he figures it out eventually anyways, because they got to go through the probate. So, because this guy died, the agent says, yeah, sounds good to me, $1,000 an acre. Judge says, well, I guess that's what it's worth then, and we got an offer that they'll take it. Okay, let's do it. It goes through, it takes about 2 months to go through. And, of course, this guy's just quiet. He's not telling anybody. He didn't want anybody to spoil his thing. And, in fact, he had a partner at the time that they were building homes together. Well, what happened was the deal came together. He gave him the $160,000. He got the land. While in escrow, when it was assured that they were going to close, he'd already made a deal, tentatively, to sell one part of it for, I think, $2.5 million, and the other half, it was broken into more than one piece, but it totaled 160 acres. So he sold one piece for roughly $3 million, and the other one for like $2.5 million. So he got like $5.5 million, and he made this like inside just a couple of months. But he really made his money that very day that he showed up and he said, "I'll take it." And that's one of the things I teach in my book, is you got to know value. If you know value, you got the brains and the wherewithal to say, "I'll take it." Okay, that's what this guy did, and he scored big. And there's more to this story. But hey, before I tell you the rest of this, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to get away from my channel. You really don't. If you have an interest in making money in real estate, this is the place. This is the place to be. My book is the place to be. My mentorship is the place to be. I've made tens of millions of dollars, and the reason I'm such a good mentor to folks like yourself is because I've made money anywhere from $10,000 to a few $1 million on single deals. But even in this range that I still buy, even in the last $12 million I've spent in the last year or so, I bought properties anywhere from $40,000 to $2.8 million. I got one $4.1 million, but that was two properties, 1.6 and 2.5. The reason I say is a lot of people that talk the biggest and blab the most, they're using other people's money to buy bigger assets than anybody can afford by themselves. And the money is having the control yourself, making 10, making 100. I've got a student that he just made a deal. He's got it. He paid $350, and he's going to put about $100 grand in, $450. He's already got it rented for $14,000 a month. Other students, $350,000 on a single deal. Another student, $700,000 on one deal. And this is just a few of them. I got another video I'm about to release, so subscribe for that alone. You definitely want to hit subscribe for this one. I got a video coming out, great story, and this has all happened in the last, about a year. Made 150, 250, then made 800. Each time he deferred his gains into the next purchase, and then he just bought a commercial and an industrial building with those monies. So he rolled them into that, and now he's got about $3 million worth of property and only about $1.3 million in debt, I think. So he's got $1.7 million or something like that in equity. And now he's got about $150,000 a year coming in from that investment. All inside of 18 months, he made this happen. And it's a good one. It's a home run, right? It's a great one. It's not the best. I've done better. Other people have done better. People in my class have done as well as that. It's not like a one-time thing. It really is something you can learn and know about. Anyways, back to the story. Funny enough, this guy, so now he's got $5 million, and what does he do? He tells his buddy, he says, "Hey, listen, you can have the business, you can have the trucks, I quit, I'm retiring." And of course, I can only just imagine how frustrated his friend was. I don't know the details on that. But he goes to Oregon, and these aren't exact numbers now, he bought I mean, they were clearing lumber in clearing huge parcels, and he bought one parcel, I think, for $2 million, and then they came and bought it from him for $3 million, and then sold him something else, and somebody else sold him something else. Anyways, he sold 2 different properties after that he bought, and he made like another $1 million on each of those because he had the cash now to make these big purchases. And in other words, once you get to a certain level, you don't need a job. Your cash is your tool. You use your cash properly, and you'll never need to work for anybody again. You'll just be an investor the rest of your life. I just want to share that with you. And so look, let me leave you with this little ditty, and then we'll say goodbye.
Yo, stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything. USA, go.
Hey, thanks for watching. I tried to be brief. Hope you enjoyed that. Flip Anything USA.